Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So tonight's one of those nights where it's really just for one of you, but it should be interesting for everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about a woman named Elizabeth Mary Jane Cochran. She went by Pinky when she was little. She wanted to be a journalist. And eventually she got on at the Pittsburgh Dispatch. She did a lot of investigative reporting about factories. Women in factories, the conditions they were in. Uncovered some pretty disturbing stuff. Factories started to complain. She got moved from doing that kind of reporting to covering like gardening and fashion shows, good stuff for women to cover. She couldn't deal with that, so she decides she's going to be a foreign correspondent. And she takes off and heads down to Mexico. Not too long later, she had to flee Mexico because she spoke up for a journalist who had been imprisoned. At this point, she's like 21, 22. She gets back, and they put her back doing fashion articles and stuff like that, fluff pieces. So she quits. Eventually, she winds up walking into the offices of the New York World. That's Pulitzer's paper. And they hire her. Not too long after that, she checks into a boarding house. And something's wrong. She's up all night. Everybody around her knows something's wrong. She starts acting a little weird. And the next morning, people are really concerned. She hasn't slept. And she's like, I'm not crazy, you're crazy. You never know what crazy people are going to do. Eventually the cops come. They take her, she goes, sees a judge. Next thing she knows, she is on Blackwell's Island, which is an asylum. She's there for 10 days before the newspaper comes and gets her. The book that came out of that was called 10 Days in the Madhouse. And the whole thing was staged. She faked being ill so she could get committed, so she could uncover the neglect and the brutality that women faced on this island. Reforms were made because of what she did. Now at this point, this is a cool life, right? I mean, you can stop now. But no, not too long after that, she takes the clothes on her back, a couple extra pairs of underwear, an overcoat, and a bag of toiletries, and sets out to do something that Jules Verne said could be done in 80 days. Travel all the way around the world. She did it in 72. She did it in 72. She became a leading industrialist. Got 2 patents. One something to do with a garbage can, and one with milk containers. During World War I, she was over there covering it and got arrested, falsely arrested, as a British spy. At the end of the day, why did she get to live such a cool life? Do so many crazy things? Because when she saw the White Rabbit and had a chance for an adventure, she took it. She followed the rabbit. She went where it led her. Most people that have lives like that, that's the thing they have in common. It's normally the only thing they have in common. Is that when they had the chance, they said yes, and they went. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.